What up, challenge fans? It's your boy Rogan here. On tonight's episode, we killed it in the mud pit. I especially killed it with all my muscles in the mud pit. And then somehow we got killed in the elimination. Losing a player and gaining a player. Stick around, we're talking about all that more next. I love you, D.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Woo! Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up, guys?
Happy Halloween Eve, mate.
Yes.
My name is Rogan, and I'm here straight up from the UK, visiting. Yeah, that's why we say it over there. I got a lot of my mates with me tonight, and we're going to be talking to them. My accent's starting to fade, so I'm going to throw it over to my boy Theo, who's got his drink on, which is good because now I have some personality.
What's up, guys? I'm Theo. My accent sucks, I know, but let's take a shot. I'm the best there is. This guy, I let him be the moderator, believe it or not, because I'm the best. I'm the best moderator.
I got the girl, that's all I care about.
He does, but excited to talk about this show, and let's get to it.
Next up, we've got one of the most veteran players ever to be on the challenge. I sound more like Bear, I really do. It's CT.
What's up, everybody? I let you kids run rampant and think you're running this house, but you guys don't know how it's done. Back in my day, it used to be done like this. I would house my boy Johnny Bananas and show him who the real GOAT was. I need to run things for y'all kids running your mouth on this team, but hey, I'm still here.
And finally, last but not least, we have the host of the challenge for God knows how long, 15 plus years. It's me mate, TJ Lavin.
What's going on, guys? TJ Lavin here. How you guys doing? Great to see you guys back for another challenge panel.
Teach.
How's it going, CT? Great elimination tonight, guys. So what we're doing tonight on the panel, you have 40 minutes.
All right.
You're going to be able to start.
Okay.
You're going to follow.
No, I'm first. I'm the best. What are you talking about?
CT,
Just let you kids work it out.
Right. All right, now we're going to break character. Hi.
Okay.
Oh, we're here.
Hey.
Here. Guys, we have a lot to talk about. It's our Halloween episode, so we're all dressed up. Please tell us in the live chat what you think about our costumes, if you like them, hate them, but just pretend that you like them. We got a lot to talk about. We got to talk about Turbo going home randomly. We're going to talk about a really cool proving ground, which reminded me of Blockbuster Video, so I thought we were going to watch a bunch of VHS tapes. It felt that boring to me. And I've got a great news topic on Ninja, and it's awesome. All right, overall thoughts, guys. Let's get into it.
It was a good episode, but I was just so disappointed with just everyone in this episode.
Okay.
Really good episode as usual, but just the choices they made, I didn't agree with.
This episode couldn't have been more crazier and off the charts. I loved it. It was a good competition. I was excited to see the Brits win, but then it went off the rails. It was so crazy, but good. I'm here for all of it.
Yeah.
But wowza.
Yeah, I mean, I'll agree. I think ultimately it was a good episode, but the decisions that were made, the choice, I mean, that's what kind of killed it for me. The episode as itself is good, but what happened in the episode, I was not happy with. I was pretty bummed out, and that's what kind of ruined it for me. I'd say on a scale of like 1 to 5, 3.
Average scores.
3.
Average. Oh, I
For
thought
our
it was
host.
Oh, I give it a 5.
Yeah,
for the
rockin'
show, I
episode.
give it a 5. For the choices they made, I give them a negative 100.
I mean, the Brits technically got a player back and technically a minus player on the U.S. side. So if we look at it that way, it was kind of just like a nothing burger. But
Yeah,
but they could have also gained 2 players. Or no, that doesn't make sense either. Yeah, I think UK actually came out okay. We'll get into that later. The first main topic I'd like to talk about is the whole Turbo thing. Fair or unfair? Let's go around and do
Not
this.
fair whatsoever,
Stupid.
and it's all Ashley's fault. He didn't even touch anyone. I'm not condoning violence. He did threaten people, but he didn't touch anyone. The rules are you can't fight anyone. Every single person that's been kicked off in the past has touched someone. I've never seen someone get kicked off for not touching someone.
Well, one thing that he did say in his interview, he was saying how, I don't know if we didn't see it on air or in the editing or whatever, but he said that he actually tried to punch Jordan. He said he tried to punch him and go after through. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know if that means like he actually like took a swing, and I mean, because once you do that, you're gone, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that was the case or not. And then two, as you heard TJ, as I said, you know, you only get one warning.
Yeah.
You know, the second you go home. So that was their second time. So
Well, go ahead. Pam.
The other reason why I think it had to go down that way is because Turbo was like, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to kill him. Like, this isn't... I'm not going to not... It's not like when the players that totally get it and have been on the challenge before say, like, woo, when we're not here, like, no, I'm not going to hit you. They fully comprehend. Turbo's like, I don't care. I would die for my mom, and I will kill Jordan for my honor. Like, he would fight him there and get sent home.
Well, and the thing is, TJ said you only get one chance, but that's a lie because a couple of seasons ago, I'm blanking on his name, the guy who's gotten like 2 other women pregnant.
Tony time.
He got a second chance during one of his seasons where he was in danger of getting sent home, and then TJ, he gave him a second chance. I saw it was completely
But in
unfair.
theory, they gave Turbo the second chance as well.
Turbo went through 4 security guards. Like, we don't know what
That's
Turbo
what
was not
yeah.
going to be stopped. I don't think. I mean, I'm super bummed. Is my.
Yeah, it
I think
sucks.
it's awful that Turbo went home, and
Yeah.
it's Ashley's fault, and it's Jordan started it all. Jordan wouldn't drop it when everyone said, "Don't do this, don't do this." Jordan poked the bear. Jordan imitated him. It was, don't copy my walk, pushed him over
But
the
then
edge.
when Turbo was freaking out, what was Jordan doing? He was sitting on that couch and just not saying
Exactly.
a word.
Why? Because honestly, Jordan was very smart. I mean, as far as if you're playing like a cerebral game, it's like a game of chess. What Jordan did was genius. You know, he found Turbo's weakness, which that's his weakness.
His walk.
And no, I mean not even that, but I mean he's a hothead. You know, and
Yeah.
that's for most people like Turbo that are very good, like they are. You find that thing that just sets them off, and that's when they make mistakes, which Turbo did. Jordan found that, and as you said, you know, Jordan just kind of sat back and just watched himself destruct.
And Jordan
you know?
did that to Kara too, which started the whole thing. He gets under people's skin.
Right, so
he's
he
an
knows what he's
instigator.
doing.
He knows how to needle at the right trigger point and make people freak out.
And see, Kara's smarter than that. This is only Turbo's second challenge. So he, and like Nani said, he doesn't really understand what's really happening. So I felt bad for him because I just felt like it wasn't fair.
And
Yeah, it sucks.
Here's the thing about Turbo too is he takes it to the next level with this. We've seen people threaten people on the challenge before, but his act of aggression with it seems like I felt like he really might physically hurt someone when they're not looking or something. So they felt, clearly the producers felt it was best to just send him home, and maybe he'll be invited back under certain circumstances.
Yeah.
Like you can't even make one, like you can't be threatening people in the way that you're doing it because it's to the next level.
Well, you said it the last show, I think. He reminds you of a younger CT.
Yes,
That whole
and we
time
have
with-
seen that before.
Yeah,
yes.
with Adam. Like,
Yes.
that was that kind of resembles what happened.
Very true. Yeah, when someone just hits that point, man, where they're just they're gone now. You know, they're just blacked out. It's like this. There's just tunnel vision.
But also with Turbo, I do think I'm curious to find out the aftermath of this once we're done watching and we can see.
On
but
the
I feel
reunion,
like
we might hear stuff about it on the reunion,
or even on
but he
social
doesn't come
media
back.
now. They might have said, like, if you go back, will you not fight Jordan? He probably was like, no, I will fight. I will kill Jordan. Like, I bet Turbo was like, no, I will not
There were
stop
some
until...
rumors out there just on the internet saying that Turbo was like banned from challenges, but I don't think he really was ever banned. I think it was just like a lot of warnings if you want to come back.
Yeah.
He's not on next season. I think
Okay.
we've confirmed that,
Really?
right? I don't think
he
he's.
was.
Okay, well then maybe he is.
I don't know. I'm probably
Tell us,
wrong.
what-
I
what-
might be wrong.
What does
Tell
that
us
live
live chat.
chat think, though? I'm curious to know what the live chat thinks.
And while we're looking at that, I think Paulie and Theo should have been asked to go home because of their bad kissing last episode then, because that was just god-awful. So there you go. All right, so let's get to our challenge of the day. It's called, it's a mud pit, and TJ's going to throw a bomb. There's going to be some other bombs in there, but it's kind of like a musical chairs where there's one less bomb or chair for the people to sit in. So one or two people each round start to get eliminated because there's less balls or bombs to get. And did you notice TJ got to throw one in to like start the game? But also even when he threw in one, there was still one less bomb for them to get. So I thought that was interesting, and I have a conspiracy with that coming up. What did you guys think of the mud pit? Oh, and one more thing before you guys give that opinion. I thought I wrote Kaylee in that tank top.
Okay.
And now I mouth the
second
words,
that,
oh
yeah.
my
Oh my
God.
God, yeah.
She was just gorgeous. All right, anyways, moving on.
I will say I definitely enjoyed watching the girls doing this, and I know that's probably going to give me a lot of heat, but it was fun.
Wait, why would it get you heat?
Well, in case there's people out there like,
Is it just because it's 2019 you can't enjoy women in mud? What's wrong with the
yeah,
world
so
here?
that was fun.
It was fun, yes.
But on the other note too, as a guy though, that actually looked fun to do though. It looked just like old school fun football in the mud, so that looked like a good time. The challenge itself, I thought the guys could have been a little more entertaining. To be honest, it was okay.
It was too goddamn slippery. You can't even hold on to anybody, man.
It wasn't that thrilling, So I think the girls are a little more entertaining than the guys. Overall, the challenge itself, it was all right.
Kind of agree. The guys, it was just like, oh, okay, it's over. The Brits won, and I guess it was nice to see. The girls, I had harkened back to when I loved Cara for being an actual fighter. 2-on-1, we forget with all this snakery and Paulery and all this stuff going on in Cara land, what a great competitor she is and how fun it is to actually watch her compete when she's up against the wall and she has to perform. Even in the last couple of seasons, she's got the reputation. She's Cara. She hasn't done a bunch of eliminations. She gets people don't want to go against her, so she doesn't do a bunch. I love watching her compete. That's why we fell in love with her in the first place.
It would be nice if she could go back to like her rookie season where she just was there to compete.
Right.
And, yeah, she got bullied a little bit, but she always would
just
prove
overcome
herself
it
and prove herself, and that was nice.
Right.
And now she's got this whole other side to her that I just said. Did that live in you your whole life? Because that can go back inside.
I was actually rooting for when it was her against the.
Oh, me too.
I was like, secretly or like low key, I was like, I hope she wins.
Yeah.
I was not.
I was like,
First of all,
I wasn't.
I got two reasons for not to. First of all, I'm not a huge fan of Cara. Second of all, I needed that UK team to finally win one because they were just been awful all season. I actually thought the UK team had a great chance to win this. UK, on the guy side at least, those boys are not just big, but they're just ripped up. Yeah. And then you look at the US side. Now, here's my first conspiracy.
Well, hold on. With the exception of CT now.
But he's just
He's just
big guy.
He's like a big linebacker. So
Hey, I'm a married man.
Yeah. Well, so here's the first conspiracy. TJ, you pulled the names out of the bag. My conspiracy is they had the perfect amount of names already in that bag, and the three that weren't included were not even in that bag. They didn't have Polly in that bag.
It's
Ashley
possible.
wasn't in that bag, and Nani wasn't in that bag.
It's possible.
Because what they were trying to do is make the teams as even as possible. So in theory, Polly's the smallest one, I guess. So we'll leave him out. And then that's how they got the guys to have an equal, try to have the U.S. and guys have an equal. That's my
other
thought.
Conspiracy theory, which I'm not totally on board that it's a conspiracy, but it's possible production said these are the people we want in. Because Jordan had just, I'm the best, and Jordan was the first man out. So Jordan's good at a lot of things, but I think this was setting up that he talks a lot of good game.
He does.
But when it comes down to brute strength, as Leroy also said later, dude, you talk about you're the best. If it was me and you, strength, you're out of there. Jordan's savvy and good and really talented, but if it's just strength like that, brute strength.
When he said that comment though.
Leroy.
When Leroy said that comment, because when's the last time Leroy won a challenge?
He almost won today's. I mean, it was Joss and
Rogan.
It was Rogan and Joss.
It was me. I told you I did
his
good.
Own. I mean, it was Leroy was the last man standing, and he almost. I mean,
But
obviously he wasn't going to beat those two.
But in the past, Leroy, and don't get me wrong, I'm Team Leroy for sure. But in the past, he really hasn't.
He's never won a final. He's never won a final.
So I don't think he can really say that.
I don't know what he's made of because we haven't really gotten to see it yet. But he did a good job, and I really like seeing his personality come out.
Yeah,
that's all. I feel
agree
like
with that.
Every season, it's been
I almost
Johnny's
feel like
best friend.
And this is a way throwback. So I don't know, some of your viewers might not even know what I'm talking about, but it's almost like when you had the Bulls with Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman. I almost feel like Leroy is like a Pippen. He's like Scotty. He's he plays his role. He's good, but he's not Jordan. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm gonna say he's a Tony Kukoc.
Okay.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
He's coming off the bench, all right?
Right,
Tony
right.
Kukoc. At least I didn't say he was a Luke Longley.
Right.
Because he's not Luke Longley.
We lost all our viewers
He's
there.
better than Luke Longley. Luke Longley. Is that a center for the Bulls in the 90s? All right, back to the story. Even Pam's like, what the hell? All right, so, here's my second conspiracy. See what you guys think of this one. So on the guys' side, it was 2 guys left, or 3, 2 guys left on the U.S., 3 guys on the UK, and TJ throws the ball into technically the center. I don't know, I think he just messed up, but it's a fun conspiracy. He threw it way left to the U.S. side, and they just picked the ball up, and then Zach was able to toss it to our boy Leroy, and then he could go for another one, and that way they could hopefully stay in the game. I was like, man, did TJ try to keep it even? Because it's 3 versus 2.
Yeah.
What I noticed was the team to lose a player first, then lost the entire challenge. Like every time it happened.
Which makes sense with this kind of game.
You can't come back even with one down. It's tough because the other guy can just hold the other person down while the person runs the ball in.
Right. Yeah, once it became a numbers game, once it was this many on this many, it was sort of over. But how about a shout out to not liking Josh? He tried to tackle Leroy. Did you see that? And they were all like, he's on your team, dude. He's on your team. And he was
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But he also then blocked for, see, now I'm going to go on Team Josh here. Yeah, I believe he then also blocked for Leroy, and then Leroy was able to dive in thanks to Josh blocking the other guy, and then Josh sacrificed himself.
Right.
Well, I feel like the real MVP was
I think it was Zach. Bam.
Yeah,
I'm with you 100%. I wrote it down. I just think he's so good. I think he's having such a great season this year. You just don't like him because of the way he treats women. I totally agree, but
it's not that. It's that again. I'm super Leroy dropping all the facts this episode. He was like, Zach, you talk about how great you are too. You gassed out just like me on your final. You're a crybaby too.
Zach
that was so long ago. That was
why
so
bring up old
long
stuff?
ago.
Why bring up old
But
stuff?
we know that Zach is giant and can do things that giant men can do well, which is good and an asset. I'm not saying I don't like him.
He's a good
because of
asset
that.
for your team.
He's a good team asset for sure.
Here's the thing with that though.
I like him because he's a real person. Like I loved what he said when he said what he was gonna do with the money. You know, he's not gonna donate it to a charity or anything. He's gonna spoil himself and spoil Jenna. And he's being real, because I guarantee you some of the people who say, oh, I'm gonna donate it to this or that, do something really good with it, aren't really telling the truth. You know, he's being 100% honest. You can only give him respect for that.
The thing that I liked with that bit though was Leroy literally was just like, it's like he had like a pistol and he was just boom, boom, boom.
Right.
Like, he was like anybody that chimed in, he was just like one in on it.
Right.
And he was like on point though. You know, it wasn't just like talking crap. And he even talked bad about himself when he was talking about Zach. He's like, you completely died, so did I. Like we both basically died. You know, so he was just telling it like it is, and I really liked that because it was real, it was raw, and it was true. You know, and then he was like, and Josh, you're a crybaby. Like this ain't Big Brother. Like
totally.
It was just funny. To
That
me.
was actually
No,
really funny.
it was great, and he did speak the truth. I think Leroy wants to be a team player. It's good. This is the turning point in the season where we're seeing Leroy kind of go choose a side. It's time to, you're with us or against us. And same with Joss, which we'll get to, but it's like, you can't be Mr. Nice Guy the whole time.
Yeah,
it's
well,
time
how do you guys feel about Leroy choosing the clearly bulkier side instead of, this is where he really could have jumped on the Tori Jordan side, which is, I like that team so much more.
Yeah.
You got Zach and Nani, Jordan, Tori, and I like Josh. I don't know, everyone hates, I like Josh. So I like this team.
Yeah, same.
I can't stand
Josh is on their
Karin.
team now, though. I think Josh is
On Karin Polly?
with-
Oh, hell no.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Pauly
hell no.
can't
I'm
stand
He voted
Josh.
for Tori.
Pauly can't stand Josh
He
anymore.
voted for Tori, though, to go into the thing. Josh did.
Did he?
Yes. That's
Yeah.
why I was like, why did he do that? He doesn't even know what... He's
No.
a numbskull.
He voted for Ninja because then Pauly said...
Pauly called him out.
Pauly called him out. You don't even know why you're voting for Ninja. And I'm like, yes, he does. He doesn't want you to win, Paula.
Hold on. I want to give a shout out to Julie Brisson. What's up in the live chat? And she says maybe Zach is just a lot better without Jenna there. Do you guys agree?
I think
This is what I think.
He does have that non-dramatic side because he
Yes.
always has drama with her.
I wouldn't be surprised if both of those made an agreement. I'm going to do one challenge and then
'Cause Jenna's
I'll
back
step
next
out.
season and
Yeah,
he's
and then
not? There
you'll
you
do
go.
the next
That's
challenge.
what they should do.
And
Both
that's
of them are
smart,
much
yeah.
more likable not together. The other thing is that each of these, it's unfortunate. I wish they could unite. Personally, these are my feelings. They're both good. It's hard to pick a side. I'm inclined towards Cara Polly side. I don't know why, because I really like
You love
Tori.
Cara
I
deep
do.
down, even though you
got a girl
guys,
crush.
yeah,
She'll always be my number one girl. But I love Tori. I love Nani. I love Jordan.
and yet your team Cara Polly this
I
season.
still love Cara more than all of them
What?
together, I think. No, I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Speaking of
And I
love,
dislike Zach. Oh, sorry. Speaking
I'll come up with another transition. Keep going.
No, but see, it's funny. It's hard to watch them tear themselves apart. I wish they would unite, but my point, and I'm getting there, I swear, is they're going, oh, they're just doing it for numbers. So are you. Each team is acting like the other side is evil and not playing a smart game
One of
and
the
not
sides
playing
is
morally.
evil.
Yeah, one side is
One
evil.
Yeah,
side is pure
Jordan's
evil.
side. They're both being led by strong people. I didn't hear Polly say 2 words this episode. I love that everyone's
Polly
like,
said one thing. Polly said Tori is the strongest girl on their team, and yet he still voted her in.
Yeah.
Polly's a
Yeah,
moron.
that was
Yeah.
dumb.
So there you
no,
go.
he admitted I'm playing
Tori's-
the game.
That's
And
a
I'm-
stupid way to play the game, though.
But they're all doing
It's
it.
enough-
He's being honest.
He's
It's
playing-
almost as dumb as throwing in Georgia tonight. That's how dumb it is.
That was actually smart for if you want to.
No.
That was. We'll get there. We'll get there. And you know, it was a good comment to support what we have to say next.
Comments? Oh yeah.
Support.
About comment section.
Comments and support.
Yes.
They should
segue.
write in the comment
Horrible
section.
segue.
They should write in the
Support
comment.
your team.
Yeah, support us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Tell them
so
to write in the comment section.
We here at AfterBuzz just want to thank you guys for making us the ESPN of TV talk. And in order for us to grow even more, we just want to thank you guys. And if you're on YouTube right now, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. If you're on iTunes, go ahead and give us a 5-star. Working at AfterBuzz means so much to us, and we just want to continue to learn and grow and continue to give you guys amazing content. So go ahead, comment in the live chat.
Support.
And we might read some of your comments.
Pam, would you like to read some of those comments right now?
I would. These are some hot takes I want to share with you. Loved by you. Thank you all for writing. Is saying that Tori's getting on her nerves this season, which I've seen a lot on social media. I don't know if it's Tori that's getting. It's just Jordan's really getting on my
think it's
nerves,
Tori
and I
either.
think Tori gets looped in with that, which I think is unfortunate. And then second, someone else. Honestly, yes, and Austin Kim, who I also agree with, said that there's favorites on both sides. It is. It's just I wish each side would stop pretending that they have the moral high ground.
The only person that I like on Kara's side is Leroy. I think that's the only person.
Well, they're like, oh, Leroy is following Paulie and Cara, and I'm like, no, Leroy is now sleeping with Cam, and it's like
Yeah.
you're not gonna.
I didn't
love
even think
that
about
no
that.
one.
What side is what side's D on technically?
Theirs, Paulie, da.
But no, because
Yeah.
Cara attacked her the other week. Why would D
She's
be on her
still- she
side?
said-
She's still on that
Yeah.
side
She
because
said
Ninja's
tonight,
there.
sorry, Georgia,
And I like
we
Cam
have the
also.
numbers.
So I like 2 people on that side.
I don't like anybody on that side. I'm just not a huge fan of that whole side. It's great. Let's go to the Tribunal, and who gets chosen? Jenny? No, Kaylee. Kaylee gets it, and then she chooses Jenny and Joss, which is fine, even though. See, the weaker side is Georgia, Jenny, and Theo. They're like the only ones that were aligned on the UK side. So they really wanted those 3 to be the Tribunal. But then the other side, who has the bigger numbers, is like, well, we can totally just vote this off right now.
Yeah.
And they did. And they chose Kaylee, Kaylee did choose Jenny, though, who is on that weaker side alliance. But then she chose Joss, which is on her alliance. So therefore, I don't know if she's just
It's
trying to
still
play.
2-1.
It's still 2-1. I think she's trying to play nice
Yeah.
and make it look
Yeah.
like she gives a crap. But
Which she
Kaylee, as we
doesn't.
can see, she did it later.
Yeah.
Benny's taking the
Right.
words out of my mouth because he's right. All right, so let's. The Tribunal happens. This is the biggest question of the night that I want to pose to you guys. What U.S. girl should they have chose?
Ashley.
Ninja.
Ninja.
I'm gonna say.
Or Ninja, yeah.
I'm gonna say Nani.
Really?
Or
Right.
Nani.
She's the
right.
weakest one.
Yes, or Nani. Obviously, since she's not on there, well, I guess not. I
She
think
just
Tori,
is. It's not anything against the girl, but that's maybe
Yeah.
why I don't like her every season. Because has she ever done anything like, man, she killed that challenge?
and the
No,
chat
she hangs out all year and then
agrees
loses.
with you. They say Nani just wants to ride
Okay,
coattails
see, and I can't even see that.
to
So
the
there we
end.
go.
And it's true that I don't think Nani's bad. But if Turbo wasn't her partner, she wouldn't have gotten as far as she did. She's clearly not a standout in these. I don't think she's bad, but she's not. I said Ninja just because I think Tori would have a chance against her if they had to put someone from their team up.
Yeah.
But
I agree. If this was like a couple of years ago where it was just purely real world vote versus road rules people, Nani would be up there, I think. But now they're bringing in these athletic, stoked, buff girls and guys.
Ninjas,
Right,
ninja
exactly.
warriors.
So unfortunately, Nani, she does start to fall on the totem pole. Doesn't mean she's not a strong competitor. She's just not as strong as them.
agreed.
Right, and I guess at a competitive standpoint, I have to agree with you. You guys are right. I think politically, I would say Ashley. As competitively, I think Nani is a fair choice. But again, I'm kind of up and down with Ninja because we've seen her do very well, but then we've also seen her bomb.
And then you're bringing up an excellent point here, David, aka TJ. There's 4 categories to make a good competitor. Well, actually, I'll make 5, and I'll do 5. And I added social game, endurance, strength, swimming, and puzzles. So it depends on how much they check off of each of those. So and that's why I think Nani is on the end. But let's do this. So if I say Ninja to you, all right, and I say social game, is that a check mark?
No, I
No.
don't think she has a good social game.
All right, endurance.
She's got a good team
right?
alliance though, so she's
Strength,
staying.
I think that Ninja
Yes.
can be
She-
strong.
Yeah, she has
okay.
strength.
Swimming,
Endurance, yes.
No,
for her.
didn't she do poorly with the swimming? Was it
right?
Ninja?
And
Yes.
then puzzles.
Not good as
So
far as
maybe
I
we're
know.
I
giving
feel
her,
like she
we're
buckles
literally
under
giving her.
pressure.
She got a 2 out of 5, 2.5
Yeah.
out of 5. It's not that great. But then I do Nani, social.
I think Nani has a pretty good social
It's
game.
better than
Not
Ninja's.
anymore.
It's
I think
better.
No, she's on the losing team.
I agree.
And her own
I
friend
think
won't.
I think a lot of her friends.
That's it, Pam.
Yeah, her own
Leroy
closest
won't even
friend
stick up for her.
isn't
That's
gonna
why I'm
be on her
saying.
team.
Endurance, strength, swimming, puzzles, She doesn't have any, not one that stands
All
out is my
right.
point.
We vote Nani.
And then I
That's-
say, well, we don't have to all agree, but
Sorry,
if
that's
I say
exactly
Kara,
my
though,
point.
if I say, go on, sorry.
Sorry, but that's exactly it. Zach now and Jordan are acting like these people are such bullies. I thought we were gonna vote as a team and put the weakest person in, and it's like, oh, shut up. You don't want to put. Again, Tori was a bonehead move, and obviously game. They're pissed at that was a move, but don't pretend Zach and Jordan that you just want to put the weakest players in, or you would vote in Nani.
Right, well,
yes,
that's...
Nani's clearly the weakest player.
See, and that's what I don't mind. I guess Polly, in theory, was like, look, I know
Right.
Tori's the strongest, but she's not on my side.
Right.
So at
Yeah.
least he said it, at least he said that. At least he admitted that he literally said she's the strongest girl, which is interesting because Kara's his girlfriend, but that's a whole other story. So maybe...
And maybe he meant excluding. Who cares? But Tori's great. She's.
I don't know. I just think if we do the 5 check marks for each girl, I just think that Nani is gonna come out a little
That's
below
fair. That's
Ninja,
fair.
and
For
then
sure.
I think Tori hits on a lot of those, so that's why I thought it was weird that they
Yes,
voted her.
on that ranking, I think Nani. If we're doing that ranking, I think Nani would score the lowest of all the girls on the U.S. team.
Yeah, I do too. That's
yeah.
why I said her first. Yeah, but you
Right.
said Ninja originally, but you were thinking more.
I was thinking to go against if I was Tori. Who would I want to go against?
Yeah, I'll give you your choices one last time. Tori, Cam, Ninja, Kara, Nani, Ashley. Those are the 6 girls left on the...
The weakest, I say, is Nani. I agree.
But anyways. All right, so that's great. Tell us in the live chat what you
It's
think.
settled.
Okay.
It's settled. Here.
Yes.
Yeah, so we get a bunch of talking after the tribunal. Was any of it memorable to you guys? Any of the talking before we go into the elimination?
I mean, it was weird.
It's the one thing is it's the Kaylee, Kara decision to throw in Georgia. That's they talk about it
yeah.
before we go into the elimination.
Snaky.
Oh, let me say one more thing on the weakest girl. A lot of people think that Ashley's super strong, and I know that she's good at puzzles. I also think she lucked into a lot of it. I thought Hunter carried her a lot. And here's my thing about why I think that she's a weaker player is I literally can't trust her. So say it comes down to that money thing again. I want to go with a Tori or even a Cam because I don't think they're going to steal the money from me.
Yeah.
So that's why I wouldn't mind getting rid of Ashley. So that's why I consider it a weak. Because who said it? Was it Leroy that said? Because he was trying to stick up for Nani in the tribunal. And he was like, it's not just about who's the strongest, but who can I trust or who's going to be there for me. Nani would be there for Leroy in theory. Ashley would steal the money from Leroy in a second. So that's why I'd like to put Ashley on that lower totem pole of...
I agree.
Because I don't trust the girl. All right, so Kaylee Kara plan, super evil, super interesting. Kara and Polly are running the show. And everyone does like, oh, they're not. They're running it. They're running the UK side.
Right.
Kara goes, hey, Kaylee, you and Cam are best friends, so just throw Georgia in. Well, you'll get rid... why? Yeah, I understand the numbers wise, but like you're getting rid of a player on your team.
Yes, that's why I do not
was-
agree with it.
You know what I mean? That's the whole thing.
It was
It's a-
pure. It was pure because Kaylee doesn't like Georgia. That's
That
exactly
helped.
why.
And Cara knows this.
Exactly.
And Cara goes for it.
And it was just I love Kaylee, and that's why I'm so bummed that she made this decision. But it was an awful, stupid decision.
My thing is, I'm so frustrated with Kaylee because I feel like she has skated under the radar this whole darn season.
Oh, she has. She hasn't done
which
anything.
Frustrates me because I don't feel that she should still be there. Like
Yeah.
she needs to go home or get in that damn elimination, proving ground, and then prove
Yeah.
it because she has just skated by.
Is Kaylee the girl version of Joss right now?
Probably.
No.
Tonight was her
No,
first-
no,
tonight was her
Josh has
first-
performed. He's performed a little bit this
I
season.
just mean storyline wise.
She's had snarky. She hasn't had
she
a
actually
storyline.
hasn't had a story.
That's my
Yeah.
point. She has not had one
But
this whole
she has
season.
personality. Like she has
She
a
does.
personality.
When they show her every other 3 episodes, yeah.
Right.
Well, the last season she was on, she was a big deal.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
This season's has not been a great season for her
Right.
storyline wise.
This though move. Again, say what we will, I have to respect the gameplay. And we said this during the viewing. And yes, Kaylee didn't want to get her hair wet in this elimination today.
Yeah, that's funny.
She has skated through this whole thing, but is she a genius or a dum-dum? I think probably that's smart. Why get your hands dirty if you don't have to?
Yeah.
All right, say
Why
the
not-
line you said to us. Do you remember what you said to me?
Work smarter, not harder.
Very nice. I wrote it
Like,
down.
Smarter or harder? Like
No, I agree. To play,
if you can outwit people and be 2 moves ahead, and it was so funny watching her try and explain it to Joss, who couldn't wrap his little brain around it for real.
No.
He was like, why would we put Georgia in? And I mean, I love Georgia, so I thought that was a dirty move, but I also liked it because it was some ballsy stuff going on. And I want to see, I'm very curious about what's going to happen at the end, because right now it's like, is everybody just going to turncoat until they have the teams they want? Like, what's going to happen?
I mean, to play devil's advocate, here's the thing. I hated the move. I thought it was not smart. I didn't want to do it. But on the other side, at the same time, for their team, it's genius. It actually really is smart. Very smart. It was something that obviously no one saw coming, and it's a way for pulling them to stay ahead, to stay sharp.
We're having technical difficulties. I've got
Pam,
Little Johnny,
turn your
Little
mic
Johnny.
so it's this way, like perfectly. There you go.
Little Johnny.
little Johnny.
Johnny is turning your mic.
Johnny.
He wants the
Johnny,
attention.
knock it off.
So
Johnny
Ramsey.
wants the
Of course he does. All right, I'm sorry,
Wait,
David.
no,
Go
sorry.
on.
So,
Banana, can we not talk about
I was
bananas?
saying personally, I hated the move. I thought it was super snaky and shady, but devil's advocate flip side for that team, it was very sly, very smart, in a way for Cara and Paulie to keep the power, which is crazy. Genius in that respect. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's get to the proving ground,
Okay.
because this is great. Tori Big Boss Deal. Apparently she has a nickname given to her by Jordan is down there, and now Jenny, Kaylee, and Joss have to make their decisions. Jenny goes first. We know that she's not going to pick someone on there. She doesn't even know what's happening. She didn't even know that whole side story happened where they were going to
She
go
was just
against her.
basically a burn vote, dude.
Yeah, so she went Ashley, which is what she was going to do because Jenny's has only 2 other people with her, Theo and Georgia, on her team in UK. And then Kaylee does the big move, goes Georgia, and then Joss, a.k.a. Wet Lettuce, is his new nickname.
Oh, wet
He goes,
lettuce.
all wet lettuce. That was a great line. Personality on Theo. Theo,
yeah.
you have the personality tonight.
Oh my god.
Good
That was
one.
a great
Good
line.
one.
Great line.
I
Theo.
tried.
I know you
I
did.
tried.
I know you did, brother. So he goes with Georgia as well, finally. And so before he says her name, though, after Kaylee says Georgia, how quick does Georgia run up to Theo?
Yeah.
He's like, no, you can't, because she doesn't even bother getting mad at Kaylee at first. She knows she has to go turn
knows.
Joss's vote.
Yes.
And that
Right.
was smart. Like,
Yeah,
I
she
would have done
went-
the exact same thing. And she knows that Joss is probably very. She knows that he's very easy to turn,
Yeah.
even though
Yeah.
he didn't. But I would have done the exact same thing.
But here's the how does it make sense to get rid of your strongest girl, knowing you're gonna potentially get the other strongest girl on the other team
To come to you.
To come
That's why I
to
think you'd be
you,
doubled up.
you would be so much more powerful at the end of the day too. Pulling that move for your opposite team, and you guys are still a team going against each other. Why would you want to help your
Because
other
they're
team?
not. They're not teams.
But right now
because they're not. They're not though.
But technically they are
They're-
still.
Where they made everybody tonight declared out in the open their alliances,
Right,
pretty
right.
much,
But
with
I mean,
these moves.
But I mean,
It's
as far as the rules really break down, it's U.S. versus
They're not
Brits.
breaking
And
you
this
know?
is this is why Cara and Polly bother me so much. Is they were like, oh, if we get rid of Wes and Bananas, our team's gonna be so united. You guys are so full of it.
Even
You're
worse
gonna
than
keep
before.
you're gonna keep finding people you hate.
Stop it.
That's true.
Until Jordan imploded
She
on
hated
made the
him
team
before
but
this
I
season.
don't think they would have done this if all that didn't go down and Turbo didn't get sent home. I don't think they would have done this.
Well,
at
that's
this point.
that's hearsay though. That's not what's happening.
Here's the thing, though. Here's really what happened. You lost Turbo, which is one of your best players.
Thank you, Ashley.
You just gave away Tori,
Thank
which
you,
is
Jordan.
one of your best players.
It's Jordan and Ashley's fault. Let's be honest.
You know, as you gave away two of your very strongest players, literally just gave them away because of your.
Here's the only thing I'm trying to think here is that they really didn't think that Tori was gonna be the first. There's no one had turncoated yet, so they're like, oh, Tori's
They
not
knew,
really gonna
they
do it.
knew, dude.
I
At that
wish
point, they
I
knew.
wish they had really like. I wanted them to just believe her more because in theory, if they put her against the weakest U.S. player they could think of that she might do well against, like an Ashley, then if she beats Ashley and she comes to their side, they keep Georgia, and like you said, David, they gain Tori.
Exactly.
They
But
might
see-
have a fighting chance.
And then on top of that, you know Jordan's gonna follow.
That's
so
the
then
i-
you would gain Jordan on top of
Well,
that.
now
and yet
he
they
wants
still
to.
are going to gain Jordan
Yeah.
because he still wants
But
to.
I mean, you lost Georgia in the process.
You have to
That's the
look at
point.
who was on the tribunal. Like, as I said before, Kaylee didn't care about any of that stuff. She just wanted Georgia gone because she didn't like Georgia.
And
which is not smart thinking.
Right,
you know?
exactly.
you guys are still thinking, you guys are so 2 episodes ago, and you're thinking that it's like, we can make this work as a team. It's over. Like, it's done. It's over. They aren't teams anymore. The team is D, Kaylee, Cara, Polly.
Everybody, yeah,
Joss,
you're gonna name
Roman,
everybody now.
And
Great.
the other people. So that's who everyone's fighting for openly at this point. And to pretend otherwise it's just, there's no point.
So I believe my conspiracies are rubbing off on you guys because David noticed the conspiracy that happened right before the elimination started. David, do you want to say the conspiracy about Joss?
Well, as we've been noticing through our hefty detective work, Dan, you know, every episode the producers are trying to push more and more that Joss has some kind of storyline or something.
How
right?
convenient he got to vote last.
Right.
Ooh.
Yes. As the whole
It's
suspense
always
builds.
like orchestrated around Joss, but he doesn't have to do anything. Right? Like it's all like other people reacting to something he does or does not do.
I disagree
it's
with
so
that.
funny.
I don't think it was because to give him a storyline. I think the producers wanted him to go last is because
They knew what Jenny was going to do. They knew what Jenny was going to do.
And
That's
so it was up in the air for him.
But
So to
Benny,
make it more.
that's not the fun way to look at it. The fun way is to make up conspiracies to get the live chat going, get the
Right.
get
Yes.
more viewers, and get people talking.
Yeah,
You
what-
know
this-
what?
this is a
I
live chat
changed
agreement
my
with that.
mind. I agree.
Turncoat.
I agree.
I want to say that if I win the $1 million, I will donate it to Joss's personality fund. Just kidding. We love Joss. You know what? He doesn't need a personality, Joss. You got enough going on. No, I'm just kidding. I don't mean to objectify him, but he's good. He's sweet. He's cute. It's like,
Yeah.
you know.
He's a nice guy. I
He doesn't
like him.
need to be dramatic. We'll say that.
Let's move it along real quick here to the actual game or the elimination, which is called Blockbuster, which I had mentioned in the opening. I thought they were going to talk about VHS tapes. No one's going to get that reference. They get three 90-second rounds, and they got to push these blocks back and forth. I was bored out of my mind.
Me too.
It was awful. It was like Jenga, but half-assed Jenga, because the blocks never came all the way out.
I didn't even get it. I didn't get, like,
it's
how
not-
does it work? I was like, I don't get
They're
it.
all
Like,
they're all level,
I
and then
get
they
it,
can
but I was-
some can shift out each
Right.
way. So
I had
if
no
it
idea what was
shifted
going
out,
on. And I don't think they did either.
Yes, they
like when
did.
they were done, they hopped off and they were like, I guess I got 6.
Well,
I got
they didn't.
Yeah, like-
Right.
If you think about it, when they're up there, they can't see what the hell's
No.
going on. They got a
Yeah.
huge wall in front.
They're just,
So
like, pushing
I think what
stuff,
they
you
meant is
know?
they have no idea if they were doing good or not. They couldn't
Yeah.
really tell.
Strategy
Yeah.
here, then. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you think it would have been smarter to try and knock your opponent off?
You
Or
don't
get
know
the
where they're
spaces?
standing though. I guess you do because they
they
push it in,
yeah.
then you push it right back on them. But
Right.
they
So
were it was kind of hard to get that leverage. You didn't have a lot of room to step
That's true.
around
Yeah.
without. You might have fallen off trying to push harder on those.
That's true.
They're
I
more like
honestly
sliding.
didn't know what was going on, but the only thing I did grasp was that strength and size probably helped. So Georgia put up a good fight because I feel like Tori can cover more ground.
Very close
so
rounds.
Georgia, it's it was a baller move. I mean, they really did succeed in blindsiding everyone.
Yeah.
No one saw that coming from
That was great.
And way to
Georgia
go
and
to-
their team.
in that regard, it was
too.
great.
And way to go to the Brits for throwing away one of their best players. Good
Seriously.
job.
Forget it. They're not a team anymore.
Maybe they thought, well, Turbo just went home for that side, so if it's
Right.
really
Yeah,
Georgia,
it
that's
balances
all
out,
right.
yeah.
Maybe the producers are all behind it, like, hey, they lost Turbo. You need to get rid of one of you.
Right.
We got to make these teams even this season. All right, anyways, it was a really close match, 7-6, 7-6. Again, it was literally that close. It could have gone either way as far as I'm concerned. And it looks like it's really going to be Pauly and Cara versus Jordan and Tori. Those are the two teams at this point, and then the people that trickle down below them.
I liked that. This is back to the Leroy. Another great thing he said was, Jordan's so good. Imagine if he was cool and you wanted to hang out with him. Which was so point on. It's
None
like,
of us are perfect. Nobody's
Right.
nerfic, all right?
Nobody's nerfed.
That's what they say. Nobody's
True.
nerfic. All right.
But yeah, man.
Any last thoughts before we get to this news, which is ridiculous?
I can't
Lay it on
wait for
us.
the news.
None of you guys know about Ninja?
Final thoughts. I sort
Final
of do, but I
thoughts.
couldn't. So my final thoughts in conclusion are: I'm not mad anymore. I was 2 episodes mad that it was like, you guys, you're fighting against your own interest, and I was upset. But now I'm not. I'm like, fine, bloody war, go for it.
Yeah.
May the strongest prevail.
You turncoat.
Tori won and was the first turncoat. We didn't talk about that.
I know, that's
Tori
amazing.
gave him a
I'm
we
chance.
so
all
happy.
cheered.
I'm so happy
Yeah.
about
That was great.
Yes.
We all cheered. We loved it.
And she gave Team USA the option to have her back. She said,
Why
"Are you
would
guys
she
going to throw me down again?"
Why would
And
she
they-
want to go back to Cara and Pauly?
I think that was,
I'm
I think
out.
that was a rhetorical question. She's
Because-
being smart.
Yeah,
Maybe
she
she
was, yeah,
thought,
yeah,
look,
yeah.
I just took someone out. The strongest girl on their team I just took out, and I'm not quoting because I don't think George is the strongest. It's just so arbitrary. I took out a strong competitor. If you want to keep sending me in, I'll take you out, I'll take you out, I'll take you out. Do you
mean,
want to
it's
do that, or
all-
do you want to work as a team?
And
I
like
think
we
that
said,
was
it's
the-
all BS now. Is she really on Team UK? Is she really on Team US? No, she's on Team Jordan and Tori. I mean,
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's garbage.
But think of how powerful Jenny and Tori are going to be together, dude.
Oh my
That's
gosh, I
gonna
didn't
be
even
a
think
good
about that.
team.
Yeah, but
Yes.
Tori's as good as George. I mean, it depends on what.
Right? I mean, she's,
We'll see.
yeah,
The team is not bad because they're not capable. They're bad because
more
they can't get it together and
communications.
experience.
No, but I'm
Each
saying
team-
the two competitors of Tori and Jenny
Right, they
working
would be
together.
great.
Yeah, but what
But-
she's saying, Georgia and Jenny. I'm rubbing off my
Oh.
makeup. Georgia, I mean my full beard. Georgia and Jenny
Jenny,
could have
true.
been as good, but they
Right.
really didn't either. So
True,
what's
yeah.
Tori going to be able to do with her?
Yeah,
'Cause
they
it's
were
just-
allies too. Georgia
yeah.
and
Well,
Jenny.
now Tori's not on that team though, so they're one less girl. So maybe they can perform a little better. Whatever.
And now
Maybe.
there's vengeance now. You know what I mean? So
She's-
yeah.
Vengeance
pissed.
goes a long way,
She's
my friend.
pissed.
yeah.
It's like
something to-
I would love for TJ, for you, for Teach to just go, you know what? Clearly we're no longer UK US. Go pick your team. Team captain
stop her.
Jordan and Pauly. Pick your teams.
Yeah.
I would love it.
That's
and
what,
let
That'd
them
be
duke
amazing.
that's
it
what
out.
we've been saying for weeks now.
Duke it out.
That'd be
Speaking
awesome.
of duking it out, let's go to news and gossip where some people are duking it out. Pam, I'm gonna bring your thing in. No, you twitting, right?
Oh, no, you twitting.
Tweet it.
Twitting.
No, you twitting. There's a girl from the show. Are You the One? Come All, the last season of it. Her name is Amber Martinez. She was so great on the show. She was a lot of fun. She's a sweet girl. And she said something about Ninja on Twitter. Now, I'm going to throw a word at you guys, and I want to see if you know what it is. It's called brolic. Do you know what a brolic is?
No.
Anybody? I guess it's used more on the East Coast in New York. And
She licks guys.
Bros,
No,
that's what I would
no,
think.
it's
Like
it's
she's a
BROLIC.
brolic.
It's actually a workout term. It's brolic is a slang term for buff and chiseled. It's a very familiar term amongst the fitness community. Brolic. I think it's used more on the East Coast in New
These
York.
crazy kids.
So Amber wrote on Twitter because she wrote that Natalie looked really brolic, and she meant it as a compliment. Like she
Right.
looked jacked up, she
Right.
looked good. And Natalie Ninja writes back to at Amba 1210. Don't know where this came from. Weird, weird emoji like meh, like with the with the monocle. But can't wait to forward this to your staffing at your work. Bet you didn't know I was at dinner with people who run Lowell Branding, which must be where Amber works. If you want to talk about this, send me a message. So literally Ninja's writing to her saying she's going to get her fired from her job because she called her brolic.
That's so stupid.
Yes, thank you. Ninja's ridiculous. I can't handle. She gets worse and worse. Amber responds
obsessed
at
much?
Ninja. This is me sending you a message. I didn't tweet that to play you. It was a compliment, sis. And then
Look it up, Urban Dictionary.
Yeah. I guess complimenting people isn't a thing anymore. Also said by Amber. Trying to hurt my pockets because you are not up to date with the word brolic. Also written by Amber. These are all to Natalie. And then some of her cast members from Are You the One wrote into some stuff. And I just wanted to get you guys' opinion. I thought it was absolutely ridiculous.
I think the way I feel about Natalie is the same way I feel about Josh, where it's unfair and unfounded, but like they just are annoying.
Even if
it's
someone,
not fair.
even if
It's
someone
just-
wrote like, "Man, you suck on the challenge," what, you're gonna come after me at AfterBuzz TV? Natalie, I didn't think you were treated nicely. Oh, you're gonna come after me at AfterBuzz and get me fired? Like, what is this about? Because we have a difference in opinion.
She's so lame.
And,
I'm sorry.
Amber
she
complimented
is.
her. So imagine what Ninja's trying to get at us now. Like, what's
And
going
again,
on?
Ninja, what kind of time do you have on your hands? Like, I would assume she gets about 1,000 likes and dislikes on Twitter a day. Is she
Yeah.
gonna go after all of their jobs?
Do you really?
I don't get it. I just thought it was such interesting news and
so
gossip.
lame.
You're in the public eye. You're going to get all kinds of stuff.
Right,
I mean,
but this was
really-
not even a bad thing. And if
Right.
and also, if you see a word you don't know on the internet, before you write back to her and get mad, if you looked it up, Ninja, you'd say she just thought you were like,
Right,
like you were a
Jack.
strong woman.
Urban Dictionary.
It's
Check it
really,
out,
it's
Ninja.
really
That's
easy
the
to
new
do.
But do you believe she was really at dinner with like the people that she?
The Lowell branding. I looked
That's
up. I
just
tried to
very
look up
random.
Lowell branding.
That's
I couldn't even
very
find
random.
it.
I love your commitment, Dan, to this, to getting to the truth.
Oh, well, Ninja! I tell you, everyone's like, "Oh, you're so mad at Carl all the time." No, I'm mad at whoever acts like an
Right.
idiot on the show.
Natalie has been, like, I'm sorry. I'm glad she beat Laurel because Laurel's bad and mean, but she like her like jumping
know.
around. She is.
I liked her
As-
first.
as-
I liked her last
as
season.
CT
I liked
would
her
Ninja.
say,
last season, yeah.
This season though, she's been hella wicked annoying. I mean, I'm sorry.
And not
I-
a great competitor on some of the things.
and
that
not
bothered
a
me
great
too.
friend, not a great friend, not a great competitor. That's why I said against. If I were Tori and I wasn't with her last season, I would think I could take her. I think someone said, I don't remember who, isn't great in as a team. She's good at like obstacle courses and stuff, but I don't know how great she is as a team member.
One last conspiracy, because I didn't get to it last week, and Samuel Jester is calling me out all over the internet, and that's great in a good way, not in a mean way, and just like, hey, you
Is he
didn't.
calling you brolic?
He's saying you didn't. Yeah. He's saying, Dan, you didn't get to my conspiracy, so I'm going to get to it right now, Samuel, real quick. This is from 2 episodes ago. The producers wouldn't let the Brits change teams. Remember when both Brits won after the elimination, because it would make the teams and numbers much more lopsided. Because if the Brits went to the American side, then it would have been like 7-13, and then how would they ever do a challenge the next week? With 7 and 13 people, they really have to leave a lot of people out. So he was making a joke that the producers
conspiracy.
forced the Brits to go back to their own side, which is just a fun conspiracy and probably not real, like all of our other ones.
Like
Great.
it?
Final thoughts, guys? Anything? Any other? Yeah, that's all I got for news. So
The episode was all right. Final
really,
thoughts.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, no, it was all right. It was
Do
good.
you guys think, this is a question / prediction,
for next week?
Jordan's going to
Yeah.
succeed in winning?
Yes,
I hope so.
And then-
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I have to say
and
yes.
then
Yes.
going into an elimination and winning that, and then joining Tori on the Brits team.
Like I said,
I
it's a
hope
lot
so.
of steps,
Yeah.
but I want to see it happen. And I
yeah.
want to see how it happens.
Yeah, I want to see it happen, but I'm kind of feeling doubtful for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because I noticed that they like to play up what's happening and then surprise us. And I think that big surprise is that he might not be able to follow through with it.
I'll say this. I will apologize to the producers because that scene actually is starting to mean something that he had with Zach. They actually are using it, and Tori really switched.
It was
that
a
all
setup.
really happened.
Yeah.
It was a setup.
Here's
They
the thing,
didn't-
though. In between, either way, they could still work together. Like Jordan can completely sabotage the U.S. team now and work with Tori with the.
Well, that's what he's gonna do.
Exactly. So I'm saying-
Even if he doesn't switch, like we said,
Right.
like even though Tori's over there, she didn't. I mean, she switched, but did she really switch? No, she's still with Jordan.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. It's still exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was trying to think. It's still the alliances are the alliances. Whatever team they're on, we're now seeing that it really doesn't matter. That truce that they made has been broken, and at this point, the numbers are so evenly matched that it doesn't matter anymore. Almost the teams that you're on, because now they're out and out working together.
Exactly.
So.
All right, we want to thank you guys so much for watching. Again, my name is Rogan. You can follow my boy Dan at Idiot Box Boys on the good old TikTok. That was not an accent. What's up, Theo?
What's up, guys? My name is Theo. You can follow me on Benny J. Adams on all social media. Great episode. Can't wait for next week.
Yeah, guys, it was good being here tonight. Keep playing.
Pamela Jill Gross on social media.
Yeah, follow her.
Yeah. What's up, guys? TJ Lavin here. Great panel, guys. Good effort. AKA David Christopher. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. You can find me on Instagram, David_Christopher_official, or I'm on TikTok now, guys.
I meant to announce it.
I gave in. You can find me at David Christopher Official. Thank you guys so much. See you next time.
Happy Halloween Eve.
Later, guys.
I sound like Bear.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.